Today I effed up allowing my GF to drive my car. I allowed my GF to drive my car yesterday. She recently got her driver's license and she really wanted to drive. I was reluctant to give her my car keys because I've never actually seen her drive before, but I did that thing where I was like, what's the worst that could happen? As soon as my GF got behind the wheel of my car, she prayed. Literally. Like, eyes closed and talking to an invisible force. It was a bit ominous since my GF never prayed in my presence before, but I said nothing. I just low-key made sure that my seatbelt was fastened and secure. Cut to my GF driving. She was fucking honking at a hearse that was driving in front of us. She eventually managed to switch lanes and pass the hearse, but she didn't drive away quietly. She rolled down her window and yelled at the driver. I can't remember what she said exactly, but it was something along the lines of just because you drive dead people doesn't mean you have to drive like a fucking dead person. Next was parallel parking, which did nothing to diffuse her road rage. For the record, there was no need to squeeze my car between two other cars because there was more than enough parking space everywhere else, but my GF wanted to prove that she could parallel park. If parallel parking was a boss fight, then my GF would have died enough times for the game to be like switch to easy mode bro. My GF struggled to get the angle right and repeatedly moved in and out of the parking space only to end up making the same mistake again and again. I had to bite my tongue because every time I opened my mouth to give her directions, she would look at me like I was the hearse guy. My GF accepted defeat after several attempts and proceeded to park somewhere else. And by somewhere else, I mean another solar system because she got flustered as fuck and decided to park as far from our destination as possible. I never heard the end of it for the rest of the evening. My car was too big. The parking space was too small. The pressure was too much. Etc. When it was time for us to leave, I said I didn't mind driving, which seemed to offend my GF because she was like, excuse me. I chose peace and shut the fuck up. Little did I know that less than 10 minutes later, my GF would take her eyes off the road for a split second and end up driving into another car. Thankfully, no one was hurt. I am currently without a car because it's gonna take some time to repair the damage. I'm also without a GF because I broke up with her this morning when she attempted to gaslight me. She made me feel like I imagined her flirting with the other driver in my face. She was clearly trying to manipulate the situation since it was obvious that she was to blame for the accident. It looked like she was one fake cry away from sucking his dick. I'm glad no one died, but I'm fucking over the moon that my relationship did. My car unexpectedly brought out the worst in my now ex-GF, like... What the fuck? TL doctor gave my GF my car to drive and she destroyed both my car and our relationship. What country is your GF in so I can avoid being on the road wherever she is? Avoid dead or alive. To be ever so slightly fair, her line about the hearse was fucking comedy gold and really needs to find its way into a movie. No offense bud, but your GF sounds horrible. I think you're better off without her. At least you found out now and not further into the relationship. We're both better off without each other. If switching seats in a car was enough to push our relationship to its limit, then we were never gonna work. Also seems like driving is stressful for her and she goes into fight mode. A shame the learning to drive experience didn't equip her with the skills to remain calm. Road raging with a hearse? Your ex-GF just crossed the Rubicon of bad karma and was in the express lane to Satan's kingdom. With an EZ pass. She's probably blowing Karen for passage across the STYX as we speak. My dude, the fact you let her drive again after the first display puts this solidly on you. Agreed. Hence the I in today I effed up. I don't think you fucked up. Your car saved you from a lifetime of torture. The sacrifice. A ref equals preview. Red. 86JB57H8GQZ5E1. JPEG? Width equals 5664 and format equals PJPG and auto equals web and S equals E4C52A862472D020AE2D258C1C1E to 63025D64D so target equals _ blank image lay.